he followed me on Twitch 4 hours ago. I think he followed me because he wanted me to add his support code. I did that. It was seems like I'm getting a new follow on Twitch every day because I be on Fortnite and people want me to use like codes to support the creator or whatever. It is what it is. I don't worry about it. I just get on there. Anyways, we are ready to get into this one. Y'all know what it is, baby. I know what it is. Y'all know what it is. We should all just know what it is. Um, so we get into that Injustice 2, bro. I got like three versions of Superman. I got Armored Superman, Classic Superman, and Armored Classic, and my last one is just Silver Superman. I got all three of those. I ain't got the something the worlds. I think King of the Worlds or something like that. We'll see what he's talking about. My boy Afterlife.
What's up? Today we're going to be talking about all the Superman characters in Injustice 2 Mobile, ranking them from worst to best. Okay? With that being said, boys, I'm so sorry for not uploading 2 videos this weekend. I was gone on vacation and I was gone for longer than what I was expecting. Okay? But I'm back now. We're going to upload 2 videos today to make up for it. All right? So stay tuned. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to sub. Have a good day. Keep it thick. Let's get into the video. Okay? Channel members, spam the Giga Chat emote. You know the deal, baby. Okay, so starting off our list, coming in at number 5 is going to be Silver Superman. Damn. I always explain this on every single video, and I'm going to explain it again, just in case if you guys don't know. Silver characters are at a massive disadvantage to gold characters, not because of their stats. As a matter of fact, the stats really aren't that different between silver characters and gold characters. There is a difference, but it's really not that big of a deal. The bigger deal, the reason why silver characters are so annoying, is unless the silver character is super duper good, then taking the time to build a silver character is not really worth it, because getting shards for silver characters and getting gears for silver characters are much harder to get compared to gold characters. The only thing that's kind of easier is promoting characters, because you don't need as many orbs. However, at the end of the day, gears are the main thing with characters. You need to have good gears to have a good character. You can have a 7-star character, you can have a 1,000,000 star character, but if their gears are ass, then it really doesn't matter. So with gold characters, you can get a bunch of free gears off of raids without really doing anything. But with silvers, you have to spend millions of gear material just to be able to get the character all the way to level 60 gears and level 70 gears. And we all know how hard it is to get gold characters to level 70 gears. It's like 3 times as harder for silver characters. But at the end of the day, even if Silver Superman was a gold Superman, he still really wouldn't be that good. His passives and his special abilities aren't really that special. For example, his passive 1, his only passive, gives 10% of defense for himself and for his team. 10% of defense isn't really that big of a deal, to be honest, and the second part of his passive gives him 50% chance to ignore damage for basic and range attacks, which, to be honest, if you build this character as a tank, can be okay. But the thing is, there's a character called Nightmare Batman that can kind of do the same thing, but it's a 90% chance to reflect the damage from basics back to the opponent. And you reflect all of the damage back. So instead of ignoring hits, you reflect hits with Nightmare Batman. So Nightmare Batman is just a better choice, and he's a gold character. So again, you can get his gears and his shards pretty easily from raid drops. And even then, even if you can't get shards for him off of raid drops, he does drop in the arena seasons. So he's just a much easier character to get, and does the same thing as Superman, just better. Superman does have a reflective shield with his special too, but that's it. This guy is not he's not really anything special. So he's going to be coming in at number 5. Now with that being said, moving on to number 4 is going to be Armored Superman. Armored Superman is actually a very similar character to Superman. Their passives are even kind of similar, and even their special abilities are pretty damn similar. So for example, his passive 1 gives 20% of defense for himself and for his team. Again, that sounds exactly like Silver Superman's passive, but the first part of his passive makes it so that you ignore the first special ability that the opponent does. Now, to be honest, this isn't really that good. A lot of people always say, oh, it's good for brand new players, but not really. Okay, look, if you cannot survive one special ability from the opponent, you just have to build your character better. Because even a decently built character can survive multiple special abilities, right? So just having one freebie really doesn't make that much of a difference. If you would have died without that one freebie, you're going to die with that one freebie no matter what. And on top of that, his special abilities really aren't anything special. The best thing about this guy's special abilities is his special 2, which is kind of funny because his special 2 kind of negates his passive. His special 2 is a reflective shield, and it sounds exactly like what it sounds like. It's a reflective shield. You can activate it and you can reflect basics or special abilities to the opponent, which means you're going to take a lot less damage from them and you're going to reflect the damage back to the opponent. So what's the point of this guy's passive when you have a reflective shield that you can use multiple times whenever you want in a battle? You know, getting that one freebie doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything because you can always just reflect the special ability that might kill you with this guy's special 2. Now on top of that, his special 1 does do hazard dot damage, but it's really not all that good, and his special 3 also isn't really that good, but that one doesn't have any effects whatsoever. So this character is kind of an L. He's actually kind of worst as a tank compared to Silver Superman, but the only reason why I put Armored Superman above him is just because Armored Superman is a gold character. Getting his shards is actually really easy, and getting his gears is also easy because of raids. Now with that being said, moving on to number 3 is going to be Just League Superman. Just League Superman is kind of a hard character to explain because this guy is not bad, but he's not really OP. And look, let me explain. So this character is a Just League character, right? The Just League team is a really good team for doing a lot of basic attack damage, but they're really not super duper OP in solo raids. For me personally, I like to use the Just League team just to speed run some arena battles and campaign battles if I don't have any sims, or maybe some resource missions. But the thing is that if you're a brand new player, or if you're somebody that just doesn't have Just League Cyborg, getting Just League Cyborg is kind of a hard task. And obviously getting legendary characters is also a hard task, especially their gears as well. So now with this team, if you want to make Just League Superman really good, you need to get 2 extremely hard characters to get. And on top of that, you'll also have to get his gears. And on top of that, like I said, he's not a super OP character either. Getting 2 really hard to get characters for this team is not really worth it. You'd probably be better off building some other teams out there. And he is better than Armored Superman and Silver Superman by a landslide, but he's also not better than the other 2 characters that I'm going to talk about. So this character fits perfectly right here in the middle at number 3. Now with that being said, just because this character isn't really OP does not mean he is not interesting, because this character is interesting. The most interesting thing about this character is his special 2, which again is a reflective shield, just like Armored Superman and just like Silver Superman. But the thing is, this has a little bit of an extra bonus effect. So whenever you reflect damage back to the opponent with the reflective shield, a percentage of that damage will also be restored to you as health. So as long as you have any power generation, you should not be dying with this character, because you can always just spam the reflective shield, take no damage, and reflect the damage and heal up from that damage you just reflected. Now for me personally, I'm not a big fan of reflective shields. I think they're a bitch move, but the funny thing about this is that this actually isn't the most OP reflective shield that I'm going to be talking about in this video. So it's going to get a little bit worse for us that don't like reflective shields. But either way, let me finish talking about his special abilities. His special 1 is kind of unique. Basically, whenever you do a special 1, it will remove any negative effects on Superman. And on top of that, his special 3, it's okay. It's not super duper OP, but it's pretty good. Basically, it just inflicts burning after using a special 3, and burning halves the opponent's defense. Now, as for passives for this character, I'm going to explain them really quickly, just because I already talked about this character a lot. But whenever you have a Batman teammate, you will do more damage. Whenever you have a Wonder Woman teammate, you'll have more health. And for his passive 2, you get 24% defense for Just League characters and legendary teammates at level 3. I think once you get this up to level 5, it gives 30% of defense. So it's basically just free defense for Just League characters and legendary teammates. And finally, his last passive makes it so that whenever the opponent does any special abilities on Superman's teammates, this has a cooldown, but every once in a while, Superman will be able to interrupt the special ability from the opponent, kind of like Multiverse Armored Supergirl, and do a lot of damage to the opponent with the interruption. Anyways, with that being said, moving on to my favorite character to fight in Arena is Cow Superman. Cow Superman coming in at number 2. He's also known as Bitch Superman if you watch my streams. This guy is a fucking pussy, dude. You know what, bro? I'm not even gonna edit this part of the video, okay? This guy's the biggest fucking pussy, dude. He's got the stupidest reflective shield I've ever seen in my life. Basically, this guy's Special 2's reflective shield is the most OP thing I've ever seen in my life. You are a moron if you ever die with this special ability, because you basically don't take any damage and you literally reflect all the damage back to the opponent. That's literally what it is. And it's super cheap. And it's one of those things where you don't have to hold down the special ability to activate the reflective shield. You just tap on it, and it automatically puts like a bubble reflective shield around you for a couple of fucking minutes. A couple of minutes in a 3-minute long fucking game mode. And this guy basically is unkillable unless you have a lot of dot damage. This guy's Special 1 steals a shit ton of power bars. This guy's Special 3 is unblockable. He doesn't take any damage because he makes all of his damage go to his teammates. He's a fucking coward. He's a pussy. This guy's coming in at number 2. I love this dude because he's so easy to get compared to all other legendary characters in the game, but I still fucking hate his cock. Okay, I think I lost myself a little bit right there. But anyways, moving on to number 1, one of my favorite characters in the entire game, because this guy is pretty good and he's pretty damn fun, and I love his underwear. Not to be sus or nothing, but seriously, this guy looks cool as fuck. Okay, coming in at number 1 is going to be Classic Superman. Classic Superman,
I got him.
There's 3 things that make this character really good. So the first part is his passive. The passive that basically allows you to reduce defense from the opponent no matter what special ability you use. And this is actually really good whenever you're going to fight bosses that have a lot of defense, or you're going to fight anybody in Arena, because everybody has a lot of defense in Arena. And the crazy part about this is how much defense you take away with every single special ability with Classic Superman. With one special ability with this guy, you take away 30% of the opponent's defense. That is a lot, dude. That is a lot. With 3 of these, you take away almost 100% of the defense away from the opponent. This is actually this is a lot more than what he should be doing, because it is really, really broken. And on top of that, this guy has the best, the sexiest, the most ASMR special ability in the entire game, his Special 3. Oh my god, dude. I almost bust whenever I use this guy's Special 3 because it sounds so good. Not only that, but reason number 3 as to why this guy is so good. I mean, look at the drip though, man. There is not a lot of animated characters in this game that look good. My man looking drippy, dude. The blue, the red, the little bit of splash of yellow. The curl in the hair. Oh my lord. Let me take off my panties real quick. Anyways, boys, with that being said, hope you guys have a good day. Keep it thick. I'll see you guys later. Okay? Thank you for watching the video.
Alright, I had no idea Superman had that much in him. He's like all the way up there. It's crazy. I got the number 1 guy on the list, and I was thinking he was like the trashiest person, so I never used him. I use him, but seldomly. I got him up at a level, I think 30, and he does 15,000 damage. But I only got him at a level 2, so if I were to get him past level 2, I guess I don't have any gear for him as well. But I'm guessing if I did have gear, I would do quite a number. I do a lot. I said do. I tend to do a lot of damage with him. I won't lie. Maybe I'll show him to y'all on the next stream, but we about to get out of here.